Hello and welcome or welcome back to the Fleur Ange podcast. My name is Madison and today I have a size inclusive pattern roundup for you. So the category for today's pattern roundup is worsted weight cardigans. For two reasons. One, I have a sweater quantity of worsted weight yarn in my stash that I have had for over a year that I'd like to use up. And the past couple weeks, I have frequently found myself thinking, I wish I had a cardigan to throw over this outfit. So clearly I need another cardigan in my wardrobe. I have the yarn ready for it, so I figured I would take a look and see what patterns I could find, and I found 11. I was specifically looking for kind of like an oversized grandpa cardigan, so these all kind of fall into that category. None of them are fitted, none of them have like lace or like fancy detail. Some of them do have like a stitch detail, but none of them are like too intricate, just because I'm looking for something that will knit up a little quicker because I clearly need a cardigan yesterday, and something that would just be like a grandpa-y cardigan. Older British man sweater. Is that an aesthetic? I don't know, but those were my criteria. So hopefully this is something that you also like and would want to wear, because I found 11 patterns and I'm definitely not gonna be able to knit 11 patterns. Just like last time, I have chosen one that I already have the pattern for. I haven't swatched for it yet, but I have the yarn in my stash and I have the pattern in my library, so I'm going to be casting that on hopefully very soon. So at the end of the video, I will let you know which one of the patterns is the one that I chose. I'm only going to share like a little bit of information out loud, because I know that like when I watch these videos and someone rattles off a list of numbers, like that does not do anything for me. I need to see it written down. So I'm gonna try to have a little bit more information pop up on the screen with the patterns, and then also I'll have everything in the description box, and all of the patterns will be linked in the description box as well. Let's get into the patterns that I found. The very first one is the Fox Bay cardigan by Erika Knight. It is $7 US for the pattern. It comes in 9 sizes ranging from 40 inches to 72 inches at the bust, with 10 to 12 inches of recommended ease. So definitely comfy oversized, and I love that. Another detail that I really like about this sweater is the back neckline. So from the front, it kind of looks like just your basic V-neck cardigan with maybe a double knit button band. I can't totally tell what the button band construction is, but at the back neck, it's a V-neck with looks like a 1x1 rib, and I love how the decreases look along the V-neck. I just think it's such a pretty detail. There's also a picture of her wearing it with the buttons down the back and that V-neck detail at the front, which I also think is a really cute way of wearing it. I also really love the orange color. It is a drop shoulder cardigan that is knit from the bottom up. Okay, next one. The Visiting Cardigan by Stella Ackroyd. It is $6.50 British pounds. It comes in 12 sizes with a bust measurement of 36 to 73 inches, recommended ease of 8 to 10 inches. This one is also a drop shoulder constructed bottom up, and one of the details that I really like about this sweater is the broken rib. It's an all over stitch pattern, so it's a little bit more time consuming than just a stockinette cardigan, but I like that it's still plain. Like, it's not like a fancy stitch pattern or anything like that. I really like the look of it. It kind of gives it like a cozy waffle knit look. And I really like the way that the decreases go along the V-line, and then it's a 1x1 knitted button band, which I think goes really, really well with the broken rib texture all over the cardigan. The next pattern is the Building Block Cardi by Aimee Sher. It is $10.50 US. It comes in 11 sizes, ranging from 38 inches to 79 inches at the bust, with a recommended ease of 9 inches. A couple of the things that I really like about this pattern is it has optional bust darts. It has 2 different hem options. It has a sleeveless vest option, different arm ease options. Like, there are a ton of different ways that you can modify this cardigan to be exactly what you want, which I think is awesome. It is a drop shoulder cardigan knit from the bottom up. I love the pocket. I think it is shown here with just one pocket. You could obviously do as many pockets as you want, but I really like this blue one with the white edging. I think that's really, really pretty. Looks very, very cozy. The next pattern is a bit of an outlier. It's the Leith Cardigan by Erika Clow. It is 7 pounds. If you have watched any of my videos, you know that I'm pretty sure I've mentioned Rebecca in every single video I've put out so far. I just love her pattern so much. So this cardigan comes in 9 sizes, ranges from 33 inches to 65 inches at the bust, with a recommended ease of 1 to 4 inches. So that's not like a ton of ease. If I knit this, I think I would probably knit it with just a little bit more ease. I would probably size up 1 from the recommended size. It is a drop shoulder knit bottom up with intarsia striping, which is like the main draw of this cardigan, I think, when it was first released. But Rebecca has knit, I think, 3 of them, and I've seen a few other projects of someone saying how much they liked the fit of this cardigan that they wanted to knit one in just a plain color. So I think that would look awesome in just a plain color. Like, there are the options for stripes, but you don't have to do stripes if you don't want to. I also think it would look really cool to do, so if you did one stripe in stockinette and then the other stripe in reverse stockinette, I think that would be a really cool textural difference without having to actually do any of the color work. I think that that would look really, really cool. You have lots of options with this pattern. Next pattern is the Kal Cardigan by Claire Jackson. It is 10.25 Canadian. Comes in 9 sizes, ranging from 36 inches to 76 inches at the bust, with a recommended ease of 6 to 8 inches. It is a drop shoulder knit top down, and it has a half brioche button band, which I've never seen before. I'm not 100% sure if it's knit at the same time or if you pick up stitches and then do it. But I really like the look of it. It's like a ribbed button band, but the ribs are going the same direction as the cardigan instead of going the opposite direction. So I think that's really pretty. And I also love the pockets. I think that I would knit this to be a little bit longer so that the pockets are a little bit lower down. There's another version of someone who knit it with, it looks like hand-dyed yarn, and it's absolutely beautiful. I think it's really, really pretty for that as well. The next pattern is the Jiji Cardigan by Knitatude. Comes in 9 sizes, ranges from 28 inches to 62 inches. Now, she doesn't have the actual bust circumference listed on the pattern page, which I don't really love. She said that there's 1.5 to 3.5 inches of ease built in to the bust circumference numbers. So I'm not 100% sure how that works, but it fits busts from 28 inches to 62 inches. So this one is a raglan knit from the top down. And I really like the super wide collar on this. Like, it has a shawl collar and the button band ribbing is really wide. I love how oversized and cozy this looks, like with that shawl. Yeah, very, very cozy looking. The next one is the Fundamental Cardigan by Jennifer Hagan, I think is how you say it. It is $9 US. Comes in 9 sizes, ranging from a 40-inch to a 68-inch bust, with a recommended ease of 5 inches. Now this one is, it's the fundamental top-down man's cardigan. So I guess it's for men. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to knit it for myself. Like, I don't think that there's any shaping or anything. It is a raglan knit from the top down, which I love a raglan. One thing that I really like about this pattern is it includes instructions for 4 different gauges. So it's like getting 4 patterns in one. You can knit it in lots of different yarn and you only need 1 pattern, which is really nice. It looks like it's a very basic cardigan with a 1x1 knitted button band, lots of buttons, pockets, which I like. I think that because it is designed for men, everything is going to be a little bit longer. So I probably wouldn't have to knit the sleeves quite as long as the pattern says, but I like that the body would be kind of like a men's length of a body, which will give me kind of like that oversized feeling that I'm going for. Next up is the First Cardigan Sweater by Jared Flood. It is $11 US. It comes in 11 sizes from 36 to 76 inch bust with a recommended ease of 4 to 6 inches. But there's also a model that's shown wearing it with 10 inches of ease. So I like that you clearly can like knit it with a little bit more ease if you'd like. This one is a raglan knit top down. And a few details that I like about this is there are 3 neckline options, there are 2 sleeve shaping options, 3 body length options, 2 sleeve length options, and different pocket options. So this has like a ton of different variations that you could mix and match depending on what you are going for. I love the yellow version with like the extra little pocket up here. That screams like grandpa cardigan to me. Like my grandpa always wore dress shirts that had like that chest pocket, and he always had either like a pen protector with pens in it or like his glasses case with his reading glasses in it. So having a pocket up there, just like that, just is grandpa to me, which I really like. Next one is the Rosemary Cardigan by Aimee Christoffers. It is $7 US, has 9 sizes ranging from 36 inches to 68 inches at the bust with a recommended ease of 2 to 8 inches. It is a raglan knit top down, and it also has a shawl collar that I really like. And it looks like it goes, I don't know if it's knit at the same time. It kind of looks like it's knit at the same time because it looks like the button band is in garter stitch. So it looks like the back of the collar is 1x1 rib, and then at a certain point it goes to garter, and then the garter carries down all the way through the front. And then there's ribbing along the bottom, and there's really wide ribbing at the bottom and at the cuffs, which I think is, ribbing just is cozy to me. Especially if you have like super wide ribbing, that just seems like it's a very cozy sweater to me. I don't know if that makes any sense. The next one is the Rough Edges Cardigan by Hanson. It is $9 US, comes in 10 sizes from 30 inches to 70 inches at the bust with a recommended ease of 3 to 6 inches. It is a raglan sweater, and this is the only one that's seamed. So I have never knit a seamed raglan before. I thought that was interesting. I've done like a seamed drop shoulder before, but never a raglan. So I think that would be interesting. I really like that the edge details on all of the pieces are seed stitch. So I think that would help the different pieces, like the edges I don't think would roll up with like the issue that you get with stockinette pieces. The edges are all rolling and it's kind of hard to seam up after. Because everything is seed stitch, I feel like they would lay very flat, so it would be easy to seam. And I feel like it would also give the seams a lot of structure, which some people really like. This one also has a shawl collar in seed stitch. The cuff detail, the button band, and the top of the pocket are all seed stitch, and I really like how that seed stitch detailing is carried all the way through the pattern. I really, really like the look of this cardigan. The last pattern is the Cobblestone Cardigan by Jared Flood. It is $10 US. It comes in 9 sizes, ranging from 35 inches to 67 inches at the bust. It didn't say exactly what ease is recommended, but the model is shown wearing it with 5 inches of ease. So around 5 inches is what I'm guessing. This one is a circular yoke knitted from the top down. And I really like that the yoke of it is in garter stitch. So especially with a cardigan, if you're knitting garter stitch, that means that you're knitting back and forth. You don't have like a knit row and then a purl row. You have a knit row and you knit back. So I really like that a lot of this is in garter stitch, which means you have a lot less purling to do. And the yoke is in that garter stitch. The button band is in that garter stitch. The bottom of it, the bottom of the sleeve, and along the, like underneath the armpit is all garter stitch. So that detail is brought through to different parts of the cardigan, which I really like. I know with a circular yoke cardigan, you have to be careful with the positive ease because the bigger the yoke is, the further down the sleeve hole, like the armhole is, which means if you raise your arm, that whole sweater gets lifted. So you would have to be careful about how much ease you're knitting this one with, or you would just need to make it a lot longer if you don't want to have it be too short if you're planning on lifting your arms while you're wearing it. But other than that, I think it's a really nice detail. It's shown in this nice, like almost marled gray color that for some reason a gray cardigan just looks like a grandpa cardigan, no matter what the design is. If it's a gray cardigan, I'm gonna think it's a grandpa cardigan. And I mean that as a complete compliment because I love grandpa cardigans. So I hope you liked those patterns. I hope you found maybe 1 or 2 that you could see yourself knitting. The pattern I have decided to knit is the Building Block Cardi by Aimee Sher. So Aimee had a pattern sale a few weeks ago and I picked up a few of their patterns because there's a few that I've been wanting to knit and this is one of them. I forgot that I had this in my library, I'm not gonna lie. So when I was looking at cardigans, I looked through my library first and I found this one and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And that, like, this is kind of the one that led me down the rabbit hole of looking for worsted weight cardigans. But I keep coming back to this one. I think that I'm going to knit it to be a little bit longer. So there's an option for a split hem. I think I'm going to do the split hem, but have it long in the front and in the back and not just in the back. I love the button band. I love the slight V-neck, but it's not a super deep V-neck. I love the pocket. I think I love every detail about this sweater. So I am looking forward to adding it to my wardrobe. Hopefully I'll have an update on it in a future podcast episode. I know that the last pattern roundup video that I did, I am working on the sweater that I told you I was going to be working on. So the next podcast episode, I'll have an update on that for you. I probably won't cast this on within the next, week, which is when I'm hopefully going to be able to film the next podcast episode. But I will update you on my progress for this one. Yeah, so I think that is everything. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Until then, happy crafting!